And call to order the regular meeting of the Village of Gurnee for July 21st, 2025. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Present.
Ballmuth.
Present.
Thorstenson.
Here.
Woodside.
Present.
Ross.
Here.
Turner.
Here.
All present.
Go stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We would start with the public comment with regard to any item that's on the agenda for tonight. We also have a public comment at the end for anything not on the agenda. Is there anybody that would like to make a public comment? There being none, on to the approval of the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, okay. Oh, I asked if there was a public comment for something that's on the agenda.
I know, I'm sorry. I'm not.
Okay. Oh, that's fine. I mean, do you have something that's on the agenda?
People are not here, they're out of town, so, or, people that usually speak. So I was elected.
Okay. Well, if you could step up to the microphone and state your name.
My name is Karen Roswadowski. I live at 1432 Belle Plaine Avenue. I've been a Gurnee resident for 38 years. I just had some questions on the care commissions, and I was under the impression that they had to be Gurnee residents, and I'm finding out that some of them are not. And I wanted to know why, if they're saying they're supposed to be Gurnee residents, why they're allowed to not to. Also, you appointed the members of the commission and, to help decide how to allocate $250,000, to my knowledge, of grant money. And what are the objectives of the care commission? Let's see. I had heard that possibly another pad shelter might be opening up in Gurnee by Olive Garden. Not sure if that is true, but to you, Tom, after the whole thing with Travel Lodge, you had promised transparency. And so I'm wondering whether or not this is a true fact and how come we didn't know.
How come you didn't know what?
If that in fact is going to happen at the hotel that's not being ran, that's empty right now, or pads people are in it at the moment.
So it's unfulfilling, and during public comment, it's not meant to be a back and forth. It's just at a public comment. I'd be happy to meet with you afterwards.
Okay.
And answer any questions that you have with regard to anything that you've said tonight. It just isn't meant to be me answering your questions during public comment.
I got
you.
you.
have
Okay,
3
that's
minutes
fair.
to make comments.
Okay. Yeah, most of it was all about the community commissions and how that works, and, is it allowed to have siblings or, people that work for companies that are not in our best interest kind of thing, so.
It's just forming tonight, so many of the questions are not answered yet just because the commission's just forming, but I'll be happy to try to answer the rest of your questions, so after the meeting.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Comments on the agenda were due at the end of the meeting. My name is Dave Ulrich, 1056
Okay.
Suffolk Court.
So the public comment now is just for items that are specifically on the agenda. If they're not on
Agreed.
the agenda, then you're in public comment afterwards.
Right, so on the agenda, observation, point number 2, awarding a contract the amount of $3.4 million to commercial irrigation for Bittersweet. So I looked back into the records, and Bittersweet is actually owned by Gurnee, but it was sold off to Gulf Visions in December 6th of 2012. And then before that, it was owned by a private group that actually sold it to Gurnee because they went into foreclosure, whatever it's called for that. I'm just curious on the $3.4 million just for irrigation is why aren't the dues or the people that are paying for golfing there, paying for that versus our tax money going to it?
Right, so again, public comment is unfulfilling. I can't answer those questions. It's best if you contact me. I'd be happy to answer the questions. The Village of Gurnee owns Bittersweet, and Golf Visions is the management company that manages the course.
Okay, thank you.
So I'd be happy to answer the questions afterwards, though, with regard to that. Okay, there's no other public comment. Then there was a motion by Trustee Balmas with regard to the consent agenda approval. Is there a second?
Mayor.
I think there's one more.
Oh, I was looking up, but nonetheless. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I mean,
Sorry, I'm late. Debbie Hazelton, 1601 Belle Plaine. Just a couple questions, and I know you can't answer them, so you can answer them later. I got late about getting on the commission, so I had a couple questions about the allocation of the money, like where it's coming from. Also, I would like to see diversity on that commission, like people that are interested in people that maybe are having hardships because of medical reasons, as well as homelessness, as well as, a lot of other, areas. And I was kind of wondering where the money was coming from. Is it going to be federally funded, or is it going to be from tax money? And the other thing was, as far as like residency, are the people on the commission going to actually be taxpayers from Gurnee? So those would be my concerns.
I'd be happy to answer those questions afterwards.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, thanks. All right. All good? All right. So let's see. All good. All right. Trustee Balmas has a motion, and then the second was
Greg.
Trustee Garner? Okay. And roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
6-0.
Motion carries. Pat, I believe there's an adjustment.
Sure, so just one clarification, item number 5, the raffle license for Rib Fest, the application had that tickets were $1 a piece, they're actually $2 a piece, 6 for $10, so just wanted to clarify that. That being said, item number 1, approval of the minutes from the July 7th, 2025 meeting. Item number 2, approval of Information System Division's request to purchase 1 year of Cisco SmartNet maintenance services from Poseido Network Solutions Group LLC at a total cost of $52,924.60, annual maintenance contract, State of Illinois Department of Innovation and Technology contract. At number 3, approval of Economic Development Division request to continue utilizing 7C's web design for media marketing services in an additional amount not to exceed $30,000, fiscal year 25-26 total services not to exceed $50,000. Item number 4, approval of granting a fireworks permit for Gurnee Days on August 9, 2025. Item number 5, approval of issuing a raffle license and waiving the fee and bond requirement for the Exchange Club of Gurnee's annual Rib Fest event. Item number 6, approval of payroll for period ending July 11, 2025 in the amount of $1,113,683.82. Item number 7, approval of bills for period ending July 21, 2025 in the amount of $2,992,264.80.
Is there a motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Trustee O'Brien, second by Trustee Thorstenson. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
6-0.
Motion carries. On to letter D, petitions and communications, presentation of Gurnee Youth Leadership Initiative, scholarship award to Morgan Heiss and Bryson King. Why don't you come on down? Morgan, come on down too. Now, I think it's only appropriate that this is my hope for the future. Has Morgan and Bryson, I have to say, in the last 4 or 5 years, given me great hope for what I see coming. sometimes people give your generation a hard time. You're not hard workers. You don't really care. Your mom and dad are going to take care of you. It's like, I'm sure you get tired of that, right? So, but to me, in having to spend time with both of you, it's a pleasure to see that I know that when I move off the scenes, that people like you will make a difference. And I've seen you do it over and over and over again. Community conscious, that you just do a great job. So this is only appropriate that Bryson gets the opportunity to represent Gilly and maybe tell us a little bit about that, and also present this award to Morgan as well. So.
Thank you, Mayor Hood. I really appreciate that. For those of you who aren't familiar, the Gurnee Youth Leadership Initiative has been around for about 4 or 5 years now, and in partnership with Mayor Hood and the Village of Gurnee, we've been able to impact students, both young people in high school or just graduating high school like Morgan, and folks in college, to give them opportunities to get exposure in whatever their field of interest is, to build their leadership experience, and then also to give them a service mindset, because that's what we're all about, is serving our community here and then wherever people go, whether they come back to Gurnee or if they branch out anywhere else in the world. We want them to have that service mindset and make sure that they got that while they were here in Gurnee. So it is my honor to present this award, our Gurnee Youth Leadership Scholarship, to Morgan Heiss, someone who truly represents that mindset of service. I've known you, Morgan, I think since probably when I was in high school at Warren. Yeah, and I've had the pleasure of witnessing your really true commitment to this community. So thank you so much. We had the most applicants this year in our second year for this award. So it was definitely hard seeing all of these applications, but yours truly just shined through the entire group. So thank you so much for your service and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll grab a quick picture too.
Okay.
Do you want your parents to come up?
No.
I've never heard your mom be so proud.
Thank you so much again.
Thank you, and best of luck. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your plans after school?
Sure, why not? Okay, well, as Bryson said, I just recently graduated high school, and I'm going to be going to Iowa State University, and I'm majoring in Human Development and Family Studies and minoring in Spanish to hopefully one day either become a child life specialist, or if I want to stay in school a little longer and get my doctorate, become an occupational therapist.
That's awesome. Very bright future ahead for you, Morgan. Thank you so much again, and congratulations. Thank you, Mayor Hood.
Thanks. Thanks, guys. Okay. So we have, is there a motion? There's nothing planned for the committee of the whole meeting. So is there a motion to?
Second.
Motion by trustee Ballmer, second by trustee O'Brien. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So on to reports. Presentation by Finance Director Brian Gusnell, fiscal year 2024-25, fourth quarter financial performance. Brian, or Pat, you want to? No? Brian.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Included in the material is the fourth quarter report. This covers the period May 1, 2024 through April 30, 2025. The report is unaudited, and it's presented on a budget basis. Before we get into the numbers, just a little bit about our planning and reporting cycle. The village has 3 long-term planning elements. That's our strategic plan and our 2 multi-year plans, the forecast and the capital plan. Those lead into our short-term planning, which is the annual budget, and then obviously those lead into the reporting cycle, which is quarterly status report, which is what we're doing tonight, the strategic plan updates, and then the annual comprehensive financial report or audit, and then the popular financial report, which comes out in the newsletter. Getting into the numbers now, cash and investments at April 30. The fourth quarter is typically the high watermark for the year. Total $55 million, that excludes the pension funds. 11% of that was in checking accounts, 59% money market, and 30% in investment accounts. 59% in the general fund, 17% in the capital fund, and 14% in the water and sewer funds. Just of note here, the health insurance fund was negative. That balances off the general fund. We talked about that during the budget process. That was right around $650,000 negative last year. That was kind of one of the jumping off points for us to look at making that switch to a government pool. So that's happening later this year. Looking at the general fund in total here, total revenues, $53.9 million. Finished the year at 104.5% of budget, so over budget by $2.3 million. On the expenditure side, $52.5 million. Finished the year at 101.8%, so over budget by just under $1 million. That includes, however, a $4 million transfer in excess fund balance from the prior year. From the prior year, made this year. $2.75 million to the capital fund, $1 million to the golf course fund, and $250,000 to the water and sewer fund to support those capital projects. Just a couple items of note. The personal property replacement tax, state of Illinois paid too much last year, so they clawed some of that back this year. That was why that was down. And then the red light fines that we had talked about, with intersections being offline. Looking specifically at major revenues, so this sales tax, amusement tax, food and beverage, hotel, income and use taxes, they make up almost 70% of all general fund revenues. Have an annual budget of $35.6 million. If you look at the far left column here, that's them compared to budget. Actual annual budget of 35.6, actuals just over 38 million, so 7% positive variance versus budget, 5.8% ahead of last year. So everything here was positive, with a couple exceptions. You'll see hotel tax there in yellow. It was down 38,000 versus budget. Talk a little bit more about that on a couple slides, and then use tax. We'll talk again about that. Those two were negative versus budget. Specifically, sales tax, annual budget of 20.3 million, came in at 22.15. So a positive variance here about 1.85 million, 9.1% ahead of the seasonally adjusted budget, 6.2% ahead of last year. No surprise, we've been seeing internet sales tax legislation, the second part of that kicked in January 1st, really kind of drive that positive variance in sales tax. These are items that previously had to pay use tax on, so that is why that use tax was negative. But it's a net positive for the village. We get much more on the sales tax side than we would on the use tax side. So overall, a positive, net positive for the village there. Amusement tax, total budget here, 3.7 million, came in 4.27, so positive variance of about 570,000. Again, 15% ahead of the budget, 12% ahead of last year. All positive things to say here. Just with Six Flags, Great Wolf, and Round One alone, got us almost 500,000 ahead of last year. So just with those three. Annual budget for food and beverage tax, 2.65, came in 2.8, almost 2.9, so 235,000 ahead of last year, or ahead of budget, excuse me. 8.9% ahead of budget, and 3.6% ahead of last year. Had 16 new taxpayers this year that gave us 58,000 more than last year, location to location or brand new. So net positive of 58,000. Hotel tax, we talked a little bit about that being the one negative, or one of the negatives. Annual budget of 2.4 came in just under about 40,000. However, we did have late payments come in just after the close of the fiscal year of 42, so we would have finished right at budget or just a little bit over budget there. So came in a month late. Looking at the general fund balance, so where we finished the year from a fund balance standpoint, ended the year at 34.37 million. That's about 76%. If you recall, our policy limit is 60 on the lower end, 65 on the upper end. That leaves us with almost 5 million over that upper limit. To be conservative, what we do is we take a look at, to be conservative and give us a little more time to adjust in the event something happens, an economic downturn, major retail interruptions, something like that. We say, let's look at where we're going to be assuming next year's budget goes as planned. So everything goes as planned in 25, 26. Where are we going to be at the end of next year? Fund balance will be at 72.4%, $3.5 million over that upper limit. So that's what we're going to look at to transfer for capital needs at the end of this year. When we do that, assuming, so we'll go through this year, assuming we get through the third quarter, everything looks good, no interruptions. If there is, we can claw that back, but otherwise, we'll look at staff recommendation to transfer that $3.5 million to offset capital infrastructure. Later on the agenda tonight, you'll see the Bittersweet Irrigation Project. That's a perfect example of something that this could be used on, especially now with the additional home rule sales tax, the extra 0.25% sales tax dedicated to capital. Something we can use for the irrigation system, get that paid off instead of doing a loan from the general fund and not impact the long-term capital plan. So it gives us flexibility there with that extra home rule sales tax. Water and Sewer Fund, the other major operating fund, total revenues came in $10.86 million. That's 105.6% ahead of budget, so 5.6% ahead. Expenditures came in under at 10.74, gives us a positive revenues over expenditure variance of about $125,000. Doesn't seem like much, but we budgeted for $2 million use of fund balance there for capital, major capital programs. A couple highlights. We did have the fund transfer in of $250,000. We did have some, in the other contractual category, some credit card fees. We did negotiate with our credit card company, so those started coming down as of June 1st, so we were able to get those renegotiated and reduced. And then in supplies, we had electric charges came in higher than what we had anticipated, so gave us a variance there. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions you got on fourth quarter.
All right, to my right. Of Brian. Being none, thank you, Brian. Great job. It's always easy to work with figures that are so positive, right? I don't know how you do it, Brian. All right, on to, there's no old business, on to new business. Item number 1 is the approval of the Care Commission appointments as recommended by myself. I just want to say a few words about the Care Commission, and then I'm going to have Kevin Woodside, the chairman of the Care. Actually, I refer to it as Gurnee Cares. Brian Gosnell, I want to blame you for this because I think he put it on a slide, and I really like that name, Gurnee Cares, but we'll see where that goes, right? But actually, Trustee Woodside will be introducing the members that have been selected for the Care Commission. My experience with the Village of Gurnee is that residents are generous, they're helpful, they volunteer, the not-for-profits do a great job in town, and the Care Commission isn't meant to say that any of those aren't true. However, I think as the village or governing body to lead in this, and it's not just about money, it's about encouraging volunteerism. It's encouraging people to step up and take a part, and I'm hopeful that this group of people will do just that. And knowing a number of them, I know that that's their history. I know that they're firmly involved in not-for-profits and helping other people out already, so this isn't a new thing for them. So I'm excited to see what they'll do. And my experiences with new groups as they're appointed and they're created always goes well beyond what my expectation was. It seems like I'm okay with creating groups, and the ideas and everything that follow after it go well beyond. And I think Gilly with Bryson is a good example of that, like tonight, and having the Morgan up here is just examples of things I didn't imagine, and I think that the Care Commission will do the same thing. It'll find people that need help, and again, it's focused on helping people. It's not about groups or action groups or things like that. It's about helping people. And the Village of Gurnee, I think, does a good job of, sometimes we don't realize the needs that are in our village because we are somewhat affluent. You know, certainly on world standards, we're way affluent, right? Top 1% easy. And within town, I think as I hear the stories from the schools, I hear from Woodland talking about having their number of homeless students triple last year. When I hear the number of students that come to school without coats in the wintertime, poor shoe wear, just the simple stuff. that they try to load them up, students on Friday, with enough food to try to carry them through the weekend. And that's in our town. And that's unacceptable. So what I hope and I believe will be true is that this group will help make that happen. And, you know, in terms of how much money comes out of the village, that really hasn't been decided yet. There's been some money set aside in the budget, but it's not well-defined. We recognize that we want to share funds, but it's really more like, let's see what happens. And like I said, I just expect really good things. And I'm just going to let Kevin introduce the folks that have been chosen, and if he wants to say a few words about the Care Commission as well, go for it.
Thank you, Mayor. I am pleased to have been asked to chair the Care Commission, and I think that Gurnee Cares is probably a name that will stick, whether that's the program or the commission or however that gets used. But it does accurately describe what the heart behind the commission is. The commission was chosen. 12 members are in the initial appointment list that you'll have in the agenda in front of you. The question was asked during public comment about qualifications for that. It is a very diverse group of folks that are connected to the community. Most all of them are residents. There are a couple of exceptions, but it was a considerable consideration in the process. Is a strong connection to the village, and so the exceptions are members live in the school districts that are served by the village and have a strong connection in other ways other than being a resident of the village. But as I look at this list, just off the top of my head, I believe that 10 of the members are residents, and a couple of them live nearby, but have a strong connection otherwise through their involvement and living in the school district that's served by the village or by the village schools. The commission is charged with looking for nonprofits that provide essential services and looking for opportunities for the village to invest in those organizations that do what no one else does and that serve our community in a way that makes for a smart investment from the village. So the commission will begin by establishing criteria for screening for those types of organizations, and those will be presented to the board ultimately to decide whether there would be an award given to that group. So you will have an opportunity to see each of those as they come forward, and an opportunity to see transparently the process for how we arrive at that. So tonight, I am pleased to, we have about half of the members here, so I think I clocked who came in, but if I miss somebody, I'm not going to go through the whole list, but I will mention the folks that are here by name so that the mayor's not reading this in blind. But I know that Rachel is here because I had a chance to talk to you before. So if you're here, if you could just stand up so there's a face associated with the name. So Rachel Chenier. And of course, Bryson is here again. So Bryson King is part of the commission. Brooke Hagstrom and Candy Reimholtz are sitting close together to make it easy for me. And I saw Gail Graves walk in. I know she's back there somewhere. Gail, thank you. And Liz Nelson. I thought I saw Liz come in too. There you are, Liz. Okay. And I don't think anybody else is here. Did I miss anybody? All right. Well, this is half of the Gurnee Care Commission. So thank you for being here tonight. And I will, with that, give it back to the mayor for the formal appointment.
All right, so I'll just read through the entire list, and then after there'll be a motion to see if my recommendations are approved. So first is Chair Kevin Woodside, and the following members, Rachel Chenier, Mark Froseth, Brooke Hagstrom, Bryson King, Liz Nelson, Candy Reimholtz, Patrick French, Gail Graves, Malcolm Kelly, Roger Morneau, Beth Pope, Susan Squires. So I'd say before we take the motion would be that the village already contributes. 211 is kind of an overarching program that provides or connects people that have needs throughout Lake County, which I think has really done an awesome job, and we've contributed to that over the number of years. So again, this is something that this commission hoping to add on to that and many other areas that they would have their creativity to assist people in town. So is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Ross, second by trustee Garner. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Can I make a statement first, Mayor?
Oh, sure. Sorry.
Thanks. I first want to say that the list really is a who's who of people that have proven they care about the community. So I don't think it's just of one particular charity. I've served on the 211 committee since before it even launched. I recognize the need that's there. Also, I'm so glad that Trustee Woodside answered all the questions, or appears to answer the question of the people in the audience, because my phone rang all weekend long at all kinds of hours about this. So thank you very much, sir. My only concern might be that appears to be redundancy of many really good programs. I know you can't overgive. You can't take care of people too much because there's always somebody who's missing. But I'd hope that we won't step back from taking care of somebody else like a 211 just because we're doing it on our own. That was it. But I like the initiative.
So actually, before the motion, I didn't ask for comments. Does anybody else have a comment or a question? Trustee Thorson?
Since you mentioned 211, I'd probably just add on that we long have been supporting and participative with both the Exchange Club and the Rotary Club, and that might be also something that we look at the services that they're seeking to raise money for, or the objectives, as you look at, fine-tuning how you'll allocate your funds.
I would address that. The Exchange Club and Rotary is certainly a model that we're looking at. We're looking also at local municipal programs that also function in a similar way. But coming up with the criteria for selecting appropriate groups is going to be one of the primary responsibilities that we have.
Thanks.
Trustee Balmas?
I have expressed my concerns about this, and Kevin already is well aware that, it is not necessarily the function of a community to do this. That's something that we rely on the township and the county to do. So I am not opposed, but cautious about where the money is going and how much and where. So just want to put that out there.
Thank
As you well know, that I've already
I do. Thanks.
given that.
Thanks for saying that.
Mayor, may I? Yeah.
Trustee Woodside?
Yeah, I would just address that by saying that the commission's role is going to screen applicants and make recommendations to this board, so there won't be an allocation or any money given to any groups independent of this board.
Mayor, can I have one follow-up maybe? I know you haven't had any meetings yet on this, but I'm just curious, is it going to be maybe as many small or individual type donations, or is the intention to give as much money to one particular group, or you have no way of even knowing that?
Trustee Woodside?
Because, there's a whole lot of need in the area.
Yeah, the amount of funding that is available for this program is, as the mayor mentioned, etched in something other than stone, and the size of the awards and what's appropriate is something that the commission will make recommendations, but our early discussions are to maintain as much flexibility as possible for making, a donation that is appropriately sized for what the need is.
And ultimately, that'll come before us anyway.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's all. Thank you.
So back to roll call, right? We got a motion and a second. Right? Okay, and
O'Brien.
here we go.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Abstain.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
5 aye, 1 abstain.
Motion carries. On to item 2, approval. Well, thank you very much for being part of the commission, everybody. So, item number 2, approval of ordinance 2025-53, awarding a contract in the amount of $3,420,566 to Commercial Irrigation, Inc. for the 2026 Bittersweet Golf Course Irrigation System Replacement Project. Pat?
Sure. So I'll give an overview, and then we have Brad Anderson, ground superintendent from Bittersweet, in the audience tonight to provide a little more detail on the irrigation system and the challenges they've been facing out there and the need. So, as you know, we own Bittersweet. Golf Vision is our contractual manager of the course. We've been talking about the irrigation system replacement for probably the last 3 years. Brad's been dealing with it longer than that. It's original to the course. Over the past 5 years or so, has really started to go downhill. The number of issues aren't able to obtain sprinkler parts anymore, so his crew's out there. Spends a lot of man hours to try to fix breaks in the system, which pulls them away from other maintenance issues with the course. So it's just been kind of a spiral that's been going on and reached a point where the system needs to be replaced. So course is approaching 30 years old. We included in next year's capital improvement plan, we talked about that, $3 million for the irrigation system replacement. Golf Visions and the village partnered with EC Design to design the new irrigation system and then bid the project out for us. They did that, received 2 bids. Commercial irrigation out of Peoria was the low bidder at $3.42 million. The other bid was $3.87 million. Commercial's been around since late 80s. I've completed many irrigation replacement projects on golf courses. EC Design has worked with them in the past, had nothing but good things to say about them. Brad called other superintendents that have worked with commercial for replacement of their irrigation system. Again, had great things to say about just the entire process and the finished project. So per the bid specs, the installation would begin on or after March 1st, 2026. Estimate about 4 months, depending on the weather, for the replacement. Just a little summary of what all is included in this. In addition to the manpower, we've got about 900 sprinkler heads, 260 some valves, a weather station, 1 pump station, 16.5 miles of pipe, and 2 miles of communication cable. So that's the major components of the system, along with some other equipment that goes along with it. But sizable project. As Brian had mentioned, the village has segregated some revenue from Bittersweet Golf Course, so the amusement tax that comes in, we've set that aside in a separate fund. Started doing that in fiscal year 2021, so that's added up to about $500,000 at this point. We had $1 million earmarked in capital fund surplus towards the effort that the village board approved the transfer a while back. That's sitting in there. Talked to Bittersweet to see what they were able to bring to the table. The course can bring $500,000 from the account that it has set aside in case there's a downturn or a capital need that they feel comfortable bringing. So that's $2 million. And then Brian talked tonight as far as how it looks like 24-25 is going to end. We're going to have that surplus, not as reliant on it as we've been in the past, with the additional sales tax to replace the grocery tax that's going away. So staff's recommending that $1.5 million be allocated towards the irrigation system replacement. So that's $3.5 million. I think that's all I have from my perspective. Brad, you want to talk about the challenges you've been facing out there? And
I take this opportunity first to brag a little bit about the golf course so you get a better understanding of what you actually have out there. It's not just a golf course. There are 40 acres of what I would call premium quality wildlife habitat right in the middle of Gurnee. Another 40 acres of woodland habitat, 40 acres of wetland habitat. So you put that together, that's 80 acres. Myself and my staff are very engaged in habitat management. And when we work on that, the work that we're doing in removal of invasive species actually has a positive impact on Gurnee's stormwater management systems, because the silt that is generated from negligence of those areas is actually filling your stormwater management systems. So we're actually much more than a golf course management crew. We're actually a vital part of Gurnee's infrastructure and Gurnee's wildlife habitat. This irrigation system is a tool that I need to generate golf revenues to pay for habitat management. That's the way I look at it as the manager of that site. This is a tool that if I don't have, the golf course will eventually start to lose golf clients because it's getting worse and worse. There's big mud some golf holes right now this week have 2 or 3 big mud spots about this big. It's just really unsightly and embarrassing. we fix a leak here, and then 10 feet over there, another leak pops out of the ground. There are hundreds of leaks on the golf course right now. Pipes leaking, sprinklers leaking. We can't get parts for the sprinklers anymore. We're spending $300 every time we repair a broken sprinkler because the $20 component that's leaking, they don't make anymore. So you just have to buy a new sprinkler. So it's gotten to the point where we've been throwing so much time and money at this, and it's taking away from the work that we really want to do in service of this community, to service the habitat management and the recreational benefits. We are also surrounded by homeowners, and we feel like we're a very important part of the quality of life in Gurnee, that you can look out your window and see, property that's being well managed. And so we engage a lot with the homeowners, and that seems to be an increasingly part of what we're doing. So I understand this is a lot of money, and believe me, I've done everything in my power. For 14 years, I've worked out there digging holes, trying to keep this thing going as long as I can. And it's gotten to the point where it's become an impossible task to keep it going. I could answer any questions if anyone has any questions. Pat pretty much covered a lot of the details pretty well.
Yeah, I just, during the motion process, if there's questions, we can ask them, but thanks, Brad, for your time. Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Those are,
Yeah, I was just going to add quick, we've been fortunate. I mean, Bittersweet has been self-sustaining. So Gulf Visions, the first couple of years, we assisted a little bit as far as floating in some cash to keep it going. But since, that was paid back. And since then, they haven't needed any assistance from the village. They've been able to build up a cash reserve to be able to assist with this. Would I like for the whole $3.5 million to come from the golf course? Of course. But I think we're in a much better position than some other municipal courses that they were able to bring $1 million to the table, basically to assist with this. So again, from my perspective, that's a good thing.
thanks. So is there a motion to approve? Motion by trustee Garner? No.
Second.
Second by trustee Ross. Is there questions or discussion? Start on my right, trustee O'Brien.
So I recognized a large amount of it, and what we're doing, as far as I can tell, to answer the gentleman's question, and maybe somebody can correct me, is that we're protecting an asset of ours because if it goes down. But what I really like is that Gurnee is a pay-as-you-go community, and so we're not bonding this out. We're paying cash for it based on visitors. So visitors really are the ones who are paying for the $3 million, the people that are buying T-shirts at the mall and the people who are riding roller coasters, et cetera. So that's kind of nice. Thanks, Mayor.
Trustee Thorson.
I just like the breakdown that we do have contributions coming from the golf course fund revenues as well as Bittersweet. So, everybody's got an investment in this. We're not paying for all of it.
Thanks. Mila, trustee Baum.
Provided this all goes through, what is the, when would this be done, and how long a period will it take to get the course back up once we've?
Yeah, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Brad. So
The golf course is not closed during the installation. The installers, they're very professional. I mean, there are companies that specialize just in golf course irrigation, and they're able to do the work while the golfers are playing. On any given day, there might be a period of time where a hole is closed for maybe a couple hours. If they're crossing a major, path of the ballway, we want to make sure they're safe. That's one of the reasons why we're scheduling it in the spring, is to minimize the golfer impact. That's our slowest time of the year, and to also minimize any revenue loss.
Okay.
Question?
During this process, will it also get the paving done or whatever?
parking lot, yeah, that's going to be hopefully before the end of the fiscal year. So, that'll be the March-ish timeframe as well. So, yeah, new parking lot out there.
And we'll get the carts out into
The cart path modification, so carts can go in the parking lot. Yep, that's on the list.
My clubs are getting too heavy.
Okay. I got it.
All right.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Nope. Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Ballmer.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. Thank you, Brad. I'm really proud of Bittersweet. I can't tell you how many comments I get about it. They're appreciative of as the course gets a little bit easier as you remove the brush and things like that. So it's a great asset to us. So appreciate all the work that you do out there. So thank you. On to item 3, approval of ordinance 2025-54, adding one Class 4 liquor license by amending Section 6-56 of Article 2 of Chapter 6 of the Gurnee Municipal Code entitled Alcoholic Beverages, Keystone Wine and Spirits, 905 Lakeside Drive, Suite 2, online sales and delivery only. Pat.
Sure. So Keystone Wine and Spirits is requesting a Class 4 liquor license, which is the sale of alcoholic liquor only for consumption off premises or sold at 905 Lakeside, Suite 2. This is for internet-only alcohol sales, so there would be no retail service at this location. Zoning doesn't allow for retail service storefront at this location, so if there was a concern that in the future this could transform into a liquor store, not allowed by the zoning. Police department did the background check process. They run everybody through, found nothing to preclude the license, so it is before you for consideration. I'm not sure if the petitioner's in the audience or not. So if there's any questions as a representative of the petitioner?
We'll see if there's questions. Okay, yeah, thanks. No, that's fine. I mean, is there a question? So is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Ballmer, second by trustee O'Brien. Any questions? I'm anxious. You have to ask him at least one question.
I'll ask.
Trustee O'Brien, ask a question.
What kind of wine and spirits are we selling online, and what's your web address?
You can step up to the microphone now. Sorry, I had stopped you.
It's going to be a wide range of options, truly. We are really excited to be able to be a part of the Gurnee community in that way. Obviously, we're not going to be selling with any walk-up service or anything like that, but our goal is to foster connections through sharing a drink, and that's really what we're looking to do. And we work with lovely, high-profile clients and companies, and we're really looking to service and provide high-end gifting experiences.
Any trustee Thorson?
So who are your competitors? I was just kind of unfamiliar with this business.
Yeah, I'm sorry, could you repeat that question?
Who are your competitors?
Oh, competitors?
Help me
Yeah.
understand kind of more about the business.
Yeah, absolutely. So the liquor store itself, competitors wouldn't necessarily be perhaps the right terminology, but other operators in the space potentially. So Reserve Bar would be one that many folks think of and know about. All of these are basically networks that are connecting liquor stores that are able to then provide direct-to-consumer alcohol sales. So Reserve Bar, in a sense, would work with Keystone Wine and Spirits, and Keystone is actually kind of capitalizing might not be the right word, but using this kind of new development of online liquor sales to kind of operate versus an in-person standard liquor store where you walk up, you look at the store. Keystone itself would be part of this like larger network that Reserve Bar, some other players in the space would be Reserve Bar, Mini Bar. If you remember Drizzly when it was around, it would function inside of those networks, if that makes sense.
Trustee Russ?
Do you sell by the case or by the bottle or?
Yeah, so the consumer is able to purchase. It really depends on the platform that they're purchasing from, whether they're purchasing from Reserve Bar or they're purchasing from something like Cocktail Courier, which provides essentially fully fledged gifting experiences. So essentially cocktail kits, Keystone, the major fulfiller they work with is Cocktail Courier, and basically you take a bottle, Cocktail Courier gives you all of the ingredients to make the cocktails. You're not actually making the cocktail, you're putting it all together. Keystone fulfills the last mile of just adding that liquor bottle, which makes it a compliant liquor sale.
Hello? Okay.
Mayor, I have just
Trustee? Trustee O'Brien?
How is it delivered? Is it DoorDash? Is it just strictly local, or is it UPS?
Yeah, no, we work with UPS and FedEx. Yep.
Thanks.
All right. Roll call, please.
I have a question.
Oh, Trustee Gurnee?
How do you keep it out of the hands of minors?
Yep, so it is basically a signature system with UPS and with FedEx. So it's called an age restriction. So basically when the product is delivered to the consumer, it is upon the driver to ask for ID from the person that's signing for the package. That's the age justification.
You done? Oh, okay. Anybody else? No? Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
6 aye.
Welcome to Gurnee.
Thank you all so much.
Thanks. Item number 4, approval of issuing a Class 2 tobacco license to Nimer Assad to operate Vape City Smoke Shop, 6409 Grand Avenue, Suite 3, formerly Artisan Vapor. Pat?
Sure. So I had one of these a couple months ago. Artisan Vapor is out there by PetSmart and Wingstop. Recently came under new ownership, looking to change the name to Vape City Smoke Shop. Artisan Vapor had a Class 2. Vape City Smoke Shop is hoping to continue with the same product sales, same business model, so has applied for a Class 2. Police Department, again, necessary background checks, found nothing to preclude it. Since that Class 2 currently exists in the municipal code, as Artisan Vapor is operating, there's no need to amend the code. So this is almost a transfer license with the same background check process as if it was a new applicant.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Trustee Woodside.
Second.
Second by Trustee Balmas. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. On to item 5, approval of Public Works recommendation to award the purchase of 3 2026 Chevy Silverado 2500 double cab pickup trucks with Ray Chevrolet at a cost of $146,190. Public Works units 249, 684, 686. 2026 Government Purchasing Program pricing lower than Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Contract. Pat?
So typically we see these earlier in the budget year, after the budget's approved, but these are the Public Works pickup trucks that were in the approved budget for this year. As the mayor read, there's 3 of them. They're replacing some 2015, 2016 model years. Getting these a little bit earlier than we typically would, but that's based off the equipment replacement schedule that we foresee in the next couple of years. There's some big ticket items in there, so trying to take care of some of the smaller stuff earlier on. Reached out to Ray Chevy. I've worked with them in the past to get pricing on them. They offered the government purchase program pricing, which again is cheaper than Sourcewell by a couple $1,000s per vehicle, as Sourcewell charges some handling and processing fees that Ray doesn't. So got a good working relationship with them. The price is right, so we're looking to move forward with these 3 purchases.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by
Second.
Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee Carstensen. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Thomas.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. Item 6, approval of Public Works Department recommendation to award the upfitting of the Utility Division crane truck to EJ Equipment at a cost of $178,629. Public Works Unit 689, Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Contract. Pat?
Sure. So Village Board approved the purchase of the chassis of this truck earlier this fiscal year. It's actually shown up and is on site at Public Works. So this is the upfitting of the truck. The crane truck is used by the Utility Division during maintenance on pumps to lift them up out of the ground, also fire hydrants and valve repairs, routine maintenance, and then it also serves as the backup main brake truck if that's needed. So new truck will have a utility body, multiple storage cabinets for tools and equipment, and then an 8,500-pound crane on it. I've worked with EJ in the past. I've been happy with the upfitting of the equipment. Again, they participate in the Sourcewell Cooperative, so it's been competitively bid. know it's good pricing, and was in this year's approved budget. So looking to move forward with that upfitting to get that truck on the road. There is a $50,000 trade-in for our current unit, which is reflected in the 178, so.
Is there a motion to
So
approve?
moved.
Motion by trustee O'Brien.
Second.
Second by trustee Garner. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. Item 7, approval of Public Works Department recommendation to award the purchase of a 2024 Chevrolet 6500 HD 4x4 chassis and associated upfitting to Bonnell Industries at a cost of $195,745.95. Public Works Unit 267, Sourcewell Cooperative Purchasing Contract. Pat.
Sure. So talked about this during the capital presentation. Public Works is looking to try a little heavier chassis than the 1-tons that we use to do cul-de-sacs and parking lots, and there's some pictures in your memo. This heavier chassis, we're able to put a wing plow on it and then also a pre-wet system for the salt spreader, which we're not able to do on the 1-ton. So the hope is that this will make the cul-de-sac and parking lot parking plowing more efficient, quicker, more responsive to the residents. Again, this is the plow, wing plow, dump box, tailgate, salt spreader, pre-wet system, hydraulics, and then the computerized spreader controls. As you know, we work with Bonnell on our plows. Long working relationship. Very happy with the equipment that they provided, so expect nothing different with this piece. So again, going to try one out, see how it goes, and then make a decision going forward if that's something that staff wants to recommend transitioning to away from the 1-tons.
All right, is there a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by trustee Garner, second by trustee O'Brien. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
6 aye.
Motion carries. Item 8, approval of Public Works Department recommendation to award Cemetery Road Reservoir flow control value and actuator.
That should be valve, sorry.
Sorry. I'm just reading what you gave me.
Yep.
You don't want value?
No, valve. But
I follow you wherever you go, Pat. Actuator replacement to the low bidder, Dorner Company at the cost of $32,364.
Sure. So next two items related to the utility division, our water utility manager, Brett Fritz, is here. If there's specific questions, first one, so Cemetery Road Reservoir, that's where we receive our water from CLC Jawa, store it there before we push it out into the system and the water towers. Water comes into the reservoir through a 12-inch ball valve and then electric actuator. And the actuator continually adjusts the ball valve to match the CLC Jawa flow to a defined set point. So this lets us take water from Jawa in a consistent and controlled manner, and then allows the operator to adjust the flow rate remotely to meet the current demand. The current actuator and valve, they're original to the Cemetery Road Reservoir, so they're 33 years old. Got a picture in here. The inside gearbox is basically just worn out, so there's some parts sheared, can't get replacement parts for it. Failed last month, so utility division has been having to do some extra work to keep an eye on that to make sure the flows are where we need them. Brett reached out to two qualified firms to get pricing to replace the valve and the actuator. Doran Company was a low bidder at $32,364. It's a 14-week lead time, so a decent amount of lead time. So they're anxious to get going on getting this order to get that replaced in there to, again, allow them to breathe a little bit of sigh of relief as far as keep an eye on the system.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Motion by trustee, second by trustee Balmas. Any questions or comments? No, roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross.
Aye.
Garner.
Aye.
6 aye.
Carries. Thank you, Brett, for the flow of the water through our village. You probably don't get that thanks very often, but every time I turn on my faucet, I don't think of you, but I'm thankful it does happen. So, item 9, approval of Public Works Department recommendation to waive the formal bidding process and award well 2 bowl assembly and pipe replacement to Water Well Solutions at a cost of $155,726. Pat.
Yep. So back in February, the board approved a contract with Water Well Solutions to televise well 2 and then install the pitless adapter to replace a leaking one. So you remember we bought a new used one and had it on hand. Time came to replace that. When they do that, they remove hundreds of feet of column pipe and then the bowl assembly itself. So bowl assembly, to put it in perspective, is about 20 feet long, located about 835 feet deep, and it has 15 individual bowls with an impeller in each one that are spun. That's what pulls the water up to the surface, so then we can push it onto the system. So as you see in the pictures that were included in your memo, once they pulled the bowl up, it's cast iron. Saw some significant corrosion on the cast iron parts. The stainless steel parts still look like they're brand new. There's a tag on there with engraving that has like an identification number on it. You can read that plain as day, despite that being 12, 13 years old. So after taking a look at that and seeing the corrosion, Water Well Solutions recommended replacement. Being that it was only 12 or 13 years old, Brett called around to some industry experts and then surrounding water utilities that use deep wells to see what kind of lifespan they're seeing on their bowl assemblies that are cast iron, and what their bowls look like after 12 or 13 years is what ours look like. So they replace them on a 12 to 15 year cycle when they pull them up, if they're cast iron. When we got pricing from Water Well Solutions, they gave us 3 different options to replace with in-kind, so cast iron again. That was about $85,000. Replace cast iron with some zinc anodes, which the thought there is that the environment around the bowl eats away at the zinc anodes before it attacks the cast iron. That was $95,000, or a price of $155,000 to replace the bowl assembly with stainless steel. So again, when you look at the pictures and see what the stainless steel looks like after 12 years, seems to make sense to go that route. This also includes replacing some pipe along with it. That was damaged, but the main cost is the bowl itself. So stainless steel bowl assembly is $110,000, estimated lifespan of 50 years. So to staff, it makes more sense to go that route versus spending $85,000 on something that's going to last 12 to 13 years. Looking to waive the bidding requirement because Water Well Solutions is on site right now. I've talked to them about this replacement. We're able to save money on labor and then mobilization since they're already there. Again, it's a company we've worked with, confident in their ability to do this. So, again, it was an unforeseen expense. Heather and Brett took a look at some of their other capital projects they had planned for this year that they can put on hold. So they found $155,000 worth of projects that they'll wait until the following fiscal year to include them back in the budget, as this is more important to get done. As Trustee Balmas, Mayor Hood, I sit on JAWA boards, and Bill Susi at JAWA is constantly preaching to members that while JAWA has been very reliable, their system continues to age. So if you have backup systems in place, it's a smart idea to be investing in those, make sure they're ready to go. We do use well too. We also have an interconnect to Waukegan, which in the past we would go to the interconnect first. Within the last, 5, 8 years, we've been using the wells before we go to Waukegan. So making sure we exercise those wells, that they're functioning in case we need them in an emergency situation. So again, the wells are important. It's not cheap, but this should carry us for much longer than any of us are going to be here. So.
All right, is there a motion?
So
moved.
Motion by Trustee Balmas, second by Trustee O'Brien. Any comments or questions? Being none, roll call, please.
O'Brien.
Aye.
Balmas.
Aye.
Thorstenson.
Yes.
Woodside.
Aye.
Ross. Garner.
Aye.
6 ayes.
Motion carries. The second public comment is meant for anybody that would like to make a comment about anything that was not on the agenda. So if you'd like to step to the microphone and state your name. There being none, is there a motion to
So moved.
adjourn? Motion by Trustee Balmas.
Second.
Second by Trustee Thorstenson. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.